Okay. Hello, everyone. So let me welcome you today to our first awareness session for InnoBooster program. We are excited to see you all startups, speakers, make this connection and actually introduce the program. I hope those who really wanted to see it will see the recording that we are making for you. But those who are present with us, please don't hesitate, ask your questions, be active, and you will meet real people. So my name is Elena Malitskaya. I will share the screen and we will go through our agenda. We'll tell who we are, why we did it, and what you can get from us. Let me rehearse how can I do this. Here we are. So I hope everyone can see my screen. Welcome to the first session, full screen. So today, for the first awareness session, you will meet me and know more about me and my way of running startups. You will meet my friend Thomas. Thomas, say hi. You see, I think you can see it. Gerga Gulash, our friend, actually, a colleague from Bull Summit, who is leading this program. Yes, who was designing it, who actually put all his soul, heart, and brain just to create it together. And our partners from Dex Innovation Center, Adam Chervenka and Attila Kader from Startup Campus, Hungary. So all of us really created this fun program to unite the region, Central Eastern Europe, and to make some connections that can be useful for all of us. The idea of the program actually creates some unity within the region, but also this program designed also and for Ukrainian. It's co-financed by Visegrad Fund, which fully support the region and have many programs inside. And also they have programs for Visegrad Region Plus, including Ukraine. So here we are happy to be part of the region, and we also have things to offer, because the Ukraine is a huge country with 40 million population, and you can pilot there many products and startups due to very easy access to market, especially if we're speaking about med tech startups or some kind of military tech, what is unfortunately now popular, and any other of them. You can easily go and test. And this opportunity is already widely used by American startups, but European startups will teach you how to deal with it. So our co-creators of the program is Bull Summit, is the biggest event, the biggest platform in Central Eastern Europe for events, like with startups, investors, corporates, and like very many useful things you can get. We are happy to be supporters and partners for the second year. And this year we have many things to come. And just a little bit later, my friend Thomas Samuel will tell you why you should apply. Even if you decided not to participate in acceleration program, just consider to go to Bull Summit anyway. IC Corporate Accelerator. IC means Innovation, Startups, Entrepreneurship. It's our program, Ukrainian-based program, but it's even hard to say now Ukrainian because our speakers and mentors are all over the place, you know, everywhere. We have speakers in Miami, we have speakers in New York, in Silicon Valley, we have, of course, many of us in Europe, now in Poland, me and Sana Rose, I will introduce you later, Sana in Poland. We have speakers in Berlin and everywhere in Europe. And the advantage of this situation is that actually we are getting connections all over and can use them for your benefits. Our new friends, Startup Campus Global from Hungary, they prepared a special overview for Hungarian tech ecosystem, which you will be able to see on the 3rd awareness sessions in 2 weeks. And Dex Innovation Center, they will introduce it to Czech market. So I hope you will enjoy and get maximum from it. Let me see how to go to the next slide. The program, acceleration program that we are building aims to connect the startups and innovation centers in this region. So you see the region, Poland, Czech Republic, Slovakia, Hungary, and Ukraine. We enrich our network, build relationship, and actually trying to see how we can do business development for our startups here in the region. So if you are from this region, don't hesitate to apply. Please recommend your startups, and let's catch up. We designed the program for different sectors, but not limited to this. So mostly education, mental health, energy, everything that can be connected with recovery, Ukrainian recovery, rebuilding, environmental restoration, whatever. Education, first of all, why the education? Because it's hard to support education during the war, and there are very many useful startups, application for kids, something for learning new skills, educational stuff for new languages. All those startups can be very popular and useful for us, and we are looking for such kind of solutions. Mental health, it's the issue for the whole world because due to COVID, but even now in our crisis situation, it's even more important. So all funny and or useful application with mental health are welcome to join. Energy is a big thing with Ukraine, but also big in Europe. So all kind of innovations in energy, production, storage, distribution of energy, we are interested to see. Clean energy, anything. Everything that can be related to rebuilding or real estate tech, we're also interested to see. So please don't hesitate and apply. What we are looking for the stage when we already have some kind of product that we can actually scale or we can introduce it to the market, something that already exists. So it's a bit later stage, post MVP stage, and we are looking with the teams at least with 3 or more people. But if you don't qualify for this, please still you can go. Yeah, but you need those contacts. You can go to our websites and contact directly either Dex Innovation Center or Startup Campus Hungary, or if you want to go to Ukraine or somewhere in Europe, you can contact us. So all our contacts are available here in InnoBooster Wolf Summit. You see, at the bottom of every slide, I put the link to our joint program, and you can find all information there, everything, requirements, program, whatever. InnoBooster Wolf Summit, please check it. Now I will give a couple of words about acceleration program itself. So these 4 weeks, today, next Thursday of 2nd of March and 9th of March, we will have those kind of fun and public awareness sessions for everyone in the region to make first connections. But then we will select startups that really want to participate, that understand why they're going to this program, why they're joining. And application closes on 19th of March. So you can already apply. I think we have about 10 startups who already applied. So please don't hesitate, go ahead. The application is fairly simple, so it won't take a lot of time. Please check it. We will have 2 weeks for evaluation, and we hope that we will start acceleration program somewhere in the beginning of April. We are aiming to find 15 startups for the program for close connections, but as I told before, all of you are more than welcome to be part of our network, to connect with Wolf Summit, to come there, to have live event, and you will also get in contact for all our speakers, for Sanaros, for Ukrainian venture capital, and so on. So please don't hesitate, just apply, and we will send contacts and we will build relationship anyway. Speaking more about acceleration. So coming back to this part, acceleration probably will be in the starting from early April till mid-May. It contains 6 workshops of classical stuff that is very useful for startups, and we have speakers from all of our countries. Each session is prepared like a really unique professional and brilliant selected speaker. And then you will also decide who you want to take as a mentor for 2 private mentor sessions. So it's a good chance to connect with new people, and it's actually for free to you. And you then again will be able to meet them alive in Wolf Summit. And what is Wolf Summit? So if you haven't participated before, We highly recommend you. It's a big event in Wrocław, and my friend Thomas, my colleague from Wolf Summit, Thomas Samuel, will actually say, because there are prizes involved, there are opportunities, there are money involved, and Thomas will say what startups might get this year. And as of now, I will take a break and will give the floor to my colleague who actually designed all this stuff, Gerga Gulas, to comment. Maybe I've missed something, just add more about what we are doing here.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Thank you. You actually told everything. So maybe just a quick introduction. So yeah, I'm representing Wolf Summit. You know, we are leading this consortium together with the whole team. So it's not actually just me, but also you can see Thomas is representing the event, Olga in the chat as well, who is helping me a lot, and the rest of the team. So as you probably know us like the Polish event, but actually the company has grown a lot in the past few years. So if I want to just break it down, I just, you know, maybe it is worth to say that we are not only doing events, but we now actually a platform that is connecting startups, corporates, investors, and also different tech ecosystems. So, you know, the company has three main arms. So the one is the Wolf events. So there, you know, we have Wolf Summit and others, but Tomasz will explain a little bit more. It's a great event. It's really about connections and scaling. So I highly recommend everyone to check out. We have Wolf Digital. So this is a part that we actually developed during COVID. You know, we have great expertise in event management in the digital space. So actually this is something we did. So this is called Wolf Digital. And another interesting one, and this is what I call it with my colleague Diana, it's called Wolf X, where we focus more on corporate programs, governmental programs, grants, acceleration, innovation, and hopefully soon equity funding as well. And yeah, just a few words about the program. Indeed, you know, it's constructed in a way to give you a good boost regarding your internationalization. So, you know, we have the awareness session, which is aiming to give you a proper background and good knowledge of the market situation. And, you know, it's a bit challenging because everything has changed. But, you know, that's the reason why we felt it important to give you like an up-to-date kind of information about what's going on, not only in the V4, but also in Ukraine. And on the fourth session, you know, actually you're going to have like first-hand experience from the co-founder of Revolut on how to scale from the region. And we're going to have the mentoring sessions and the workshops. I'm mentoring myself. You know, we brought you good people. So everyone is from the field. It's really about to give you practical knowledge and sharing experience about your international journey. And we have these experts from the fields who can actually help you. And then the program culminates in the demo day, where you're going to have the opportunity to shine in front of an audience of investors, corporates, and tech enthusiasts. But again, Tomasz will introduce it in more detail. I'm going to share some figures about the numbers because there's opportunity for you to raise money. And maybe just a few words about like why we created this program. I feel it important to say, because, you know, it's not just a kind of usual acceleration program that you might see, but actually it's focusing on strengthening the ties between the two regions. I mean, here I'm talking about the V4 and Ukraine, because the current situation actually brought new challenges. And I think like innovation is more needed than ever to overcome them. But still, you know, somehow, thanks to the geopolitical situation, we tend to work in silos instead of like joining forces. I don't think this is what we need to do, like joining actually forces. Why? So we share common culture, history together, not just only in the V4, but we also with our neighbors. And if I look at the news, I see problems, challenges, and issues. And, you know, I actually never thought that it's possible, or we're going to have it in a modern society, but they are there. And keep coming. And, you know, I think innovators and startup founders actually have the ability to introduce new perspective and see the opportunities attached to these challenges and programs. And that's what we are trying to foster and support. So we are looking for people who actually see the opportunities and can help us to rebuild our world. I'm not talking about only Ukraine, but everything has changed in the past year. So we really need support in like rebuilding towards a positive future. So that, I don't want to bore you with the details, and then we're going to have like a lot of interesting presentation, and I'm really happy to see so many faces, and I truly hope that we are going to have a chance to work together in the program. Thank you.
Then I will pick the word here and continue. So guys, one more thing, you can use chat. If you have questions, just don't hesitate to write, and while I will be speaking, for instance, Gerda will reply all your questions about the program. Just whatever you are interested, please go ahead. And one more comment about our meeting today. I've noticed that we have a secret attender actually from Japan here. So it's not even now Central Eastern European region, but also our friend from Tokyo, I think Miho is now there. We will have Japanese speech next week as well. So thank you for attending for the startups and also like for our international community. So I'm coming back to my presentation and we continue to learn what's happening. Here we go. I want just to spend a little bit more information about actually us, who we are, what we are doing, and I want all participants to introduce themselves. So we are Ukrainian accelerators. It's now 5 years supposed to be as we work in Ukraine. And we have a lot of results, but we have even more troubles because half of our business time was related to COVID times. Now we have war and we still continue to exist, and we try to absorb and invite mentors all over the world and to build this bridge, Ukraine and the whole world. We have portfolio of startups who are with us. It's about 37 startups that we invested or somehow brought them financing or done some great corporate case. You can check this on our website. Our mentors everywhere, as I told before, and we are everywhere, but still we consider yourself Ukrainians based in Kiev, and we have Ukrainian roots, and even today I have trained Kiev. So for this we can't. What more important, that Ukraine can be also useful for the region. But unfortunately, Americans know it better than everyone, but we believe that if we build this bridge with Central and Eastern Europe, it will be beneficial for all of us. The whole region, Poland, Hungary, Czech Republic, Romania, also Hungary and Ukraine, they have more tech talent actually than the United States. It's real statistics. Better quality of people, more educated, more developers with master's degree. But it happens that other regions absorb it. And we need to build this region all together. That's the point. So we have some statistics about ourselves and who we are, but it's always better to see people in person. So I will come back to this slide. I hope you see it. This is people that I invited, our speakers, mentors, and contributors that I invited to this program to meet and to share their wisdom, their knowledge, their experience, and I will pass the word of them for a brief introduction. So Sana, can you tell a couple words about yourself? I will switch it on and make it.
Sure. I just felt that I will be first, right?
Oh, yes, because you love
well,
so
yeah.
Teaching session and public speaking session.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Sana. I'm performance coach for tech entrepreneurs. And well, Lena, thank you for such an opportunity. And I'm thrilled to share with all of you my knowledge and everything I know in April, I suppose. That's right. So, and I will see you in the Wolf Summit. And if you have any questions, just let me know.
And Sana has also many useful content for startups and entrepreneurs that is available for you, and you can watch it, and many advice, because she has many troubles as an entrepreneur herself. She has a rich portfolio of experience as all of us, and you can get and share it, and it's like first-hand experience, especially if you are now during your fundraising stage, you're trying to like seed, pre-seed, seed, Series A. I mean, if you really need some guidance, because startup founders and tech entrepreneurs sometimes don't know with whom to speak. So probably she will be the best person for this.
You actually did it better than myself. Thank you, Lena. Thank you.
And now, second speaker who is with us today, I want to show Dmytro Kuzmenko. Dmytro Kuzmenko, he is the CEO of the Ukrainian Venture Capital Association, and we've done a lot with him together. And then I will come to for everyone else. So,
Yeah,
Dima,
yeah.
here you are, where you are showing. Make hands so people.
I'm waving my hand. Nice to see all of you here, and thank you, Elena, for this opportunity to join this program. As Elena said, I am the Executive Director of Ukrainian Venture Capital Association, and we are working alongside with Elena and other stakeholders to preserve and to develop the Ukrainian ecosystem. I am familiar with tech ecosystem, with Ukrainian tech ecosystem, with from several perspectives, because I used to work in the startup network, working with startups. I used to work as a managing partner of family office, and now I'm working as the CEO of so-called umbrella organization, taking care of the entire ecosystem. So I believe this program is extremely useful, and I support this program with both my hands. and I hope to see all of you in Wrocław. I hope our guys from Ministry of Digital Transformation will assist us in crossing the border. Thank you.
And we are waiting for a bunch of startups, delegations for startups.
Yeah, for sure. Easy peasy, just ask.
And one more thing, together with the Ukrainian Venture Capital Association, we cover analytically what's happening in the investment field.
Yeah.
Actually, people believe that if war in the region, nothing happened. But in fact, in 2022, we had the same amount or even bigger of investment, venture capital investment than before. So the venture capital industry is still alive and it's keep rolling.
Let me add a couple of words. I have unbelievable case when Ukrainian startup, founder of the startup was on occupied territory. They managed to raise a round being in occupation. They raised a round from Ukrainian investors, and now they are successfully developing their solution. So
but
Ukrainians
they will escape from your occupation. Yes.
Yeah, they escaped. And what do I want to say? Ukrainians are resilient and flexible and strong. So it's impossible to overwhelm us. Thank you.
Thank you, Dim. Thank you. Just more a bit about ICE. So you'll have a chance to see great personalities, really fun. Marina is in the United States, so she's probably sleeping right now. That's why she cannot present herself. Pablo in Berlin, you'll have him next session. Alexander here, but he'll have him next session. So please join and it will be fun. Those who want here on a QR code for our LinkedIn page, and you'll see further announcements, further programs, and some news. So, as I told you, we have mentors all over Europe and United States, and we also, for one of our startups, we managed to find people in Thailand because they really needed that at that moment. They wanted to make business development there. We deal with corporate innovation. We have transaction services sometimes when we have deals. So those kind of programs are available. Just contact and let us know. I won't go too far from this, more or less. I mean, still love when you meeting people. We're also very well connected with government bodies, with ministries, with Ministry of Digital Transformation, which is now popular because they've done a really great job. And for those startups that will decide that they want to test something in Ukraine, as we had several cases like this, particularly for medtech startups and military tech, we will create direct road, green lights to come to Ukraine and support them. So don't hesitate and come for us. This is our community. We used to have a lot of events offline. We love parties as well because we think that human relationship and the biggest value that create business. So all our contacts are here available to you. icgroup.org, our website, Facebook page, or find us in LinkedIn. Once again, our QR code here, you can scan it and you will get directly and see more information. And this is basically about IC Corporate Accelerator. And now I will switch off and give a word to my friend Tomasz Samuel, and he will explain that why you should go and join us for the program, give your applications, give your contacts, and go to Wrocław, because the biggest offline party, like culmination and real communication, happens there when you meet people alive. So Tomasz, please.
Yes. Let me share my screen.
Or you can invite your cat while you're sharing, so whatever.
Yeah, so hello everyone. My name is Tomasz Samuel. I'm the VP of Sales at the Wolf Summit. And I've got 10 minutes. I will try to show you the best and the most important facts about the event itself and encourage you to come. I hope to see you, to see all of you in Wrocław on 23rd of May. This is the date, the most important thing, 23rd till 25th of May this year. In general, Wolf Summit as a brand, the company was set up already 7 years ago. So we did 17 events like this. Here you have some summarizing of the most important metrics, let's say. And the meetings, it's almost 50,000 of them. This is on the first place because that's the most important thing. That's the most important part. This is the core, the heart of every event. We try to make as good connections between startups and investors or other stakeholders as possible. Some details are very important here. Every participant before the event, like 2 weeks before, get access to a matchmaking application where we ask you a lot of questions about your goals, your needs, investment ticket you want to invest or you want to get investment, sectors, subsectors, a lot of things. And then based on the answers, we suggest with whom you should meet with. And matchmaking arena, that's the core. And just to give you some numbers from last year, we've seen in the application around 2,500 meetings in Wrocław, which actually happened, right? Apart from all the informal meetings, which, believe me, the number was a few times higher. So people are coming to us to make business. That's the goal, right? It's very international event. That's the split of countries of our startups who were attending last few events. You see Ukraine here. Just a few words here. Last year, we decided to open the gates to all the Ukrainian founders, and we invited all of them for free. And just, before the war started, we've seen exactly a year ago, we've seen exactly 23 founders from Ukraine. When we invited Ukrainian founders, the number increased to 80 founders. And I hope that thanks to you also here, we are able to make that number much more higher. In general, when you sum up all the numbers here, usually it looks like this, that half of the guests come from Central and Eastern Europe. Another half from mostly Western Europe, where the UK and Germany are every time are the most important markets for us, not only when you take a look at the startups, but also when you take a look at the investors and corporations. And of course, we've got the guests from the US and every time some guests from Asia. So what I want to say, it's very international. Coming to our event, you are able to have to set up new connections with very different stakeholders, very different companies. I can tell you that our next small event, which is in March, Alpha Woods in London, we already have guests, physical guests from 45 different countries. So yeah, it's something like this. Once you come to the event, you will be able to meet people from very different sectors. We are sector agnostic. It's important when you take a look at the number of guests, right? Our last event we held in Vienna. In October last year. So we were able to gather exactly 799 startups from very different sectors. So even if you, let's say, are looking for energy and clean tech, is 5% of our guests. However, that means that it's like 30, 40 interesting people to talk with. So this is about the sectors and two more things. Usually more than a half of startups are at the early stage and seed or early stage. Yeah, they are on seed or early stage. So that also means that we've got a lot of guests from different accelerators and incubators who are looking exactly for that kind of entities. However, we also have startups in growth stage and sustainable business model who are looking for further investment rounds. In general, what they are looking at the event, it's obvious they are looking for investment and partnerships. Sometimes it means very much the same. Sometimes people just interpret it in a little bit different way. But in general, from that meetings, you see a lot of businesses, a lot of investments after the summit. Because we are able, take a look here, we exactly know who meet who. And we are able to collect that data and connect it with data from the market, from capital markets. So if there was a meeting at the Wolf Summit, and if 6 months after the meeting there was an investment between participants of every particular meetings, we feel that we a little bit participated in the deal, and having data from sources like Crunchbase or from PitchBook, we can say that it really makes sense. And you can see some examples here of the really big now big companies who got investments after Wolf Summit meetings. It's also like a proof of that part of, I mean, that the meetings are so important. Our guests from investor part of the market, they are with us from very beginning, and what we see in our feedback forms that coming to a Wolf Summit can save like 2-3 months of hard work, because within 2 days you are able to have like 20 meetings with very good partners. Okay. And the next Wolf Summit is, as I told you, is in May this year. the most important parts. I mentioned already about one-to-one meetings. So this is the core. As I told you, all of you will get an access to matchmaking app, and you are able to schedule that meetings like 2 weeks before the event, and have your days fully packed of interesting conversations. We've got every time we're organizing something which is called the Great Pitch Contest for startups. Last year in May, on the stage, we've seen around 100 startup pitching in the front of investors from very different sectors. If you take a look at the prizes, you will find some cash prizes there, but what's, to be honest with you, even more important, a lot of set of consulting session, for example, with very interesting partners, and some fast tracks to other events, other competitions. So a lot of things, sometimes connected with very particular sectors. We've got in Wrocław, we will have something which is called Talent Track. Wrocław is, let's say, famous for IT universities, and there will be a lot of people who would like to see how the startup ecosystem looks like, and they will come and will be able to talk also about some HR, let's say, opportunities. So this is it. We are in Wrocław. For all of you who don't know where exactly it is, so it's here, not far away from Berlin, which is important. As I told you, Germany is important market for us, so it's in the middle between Warsaw and Berlin. The venue is beautiful. It's a continental hall, a congress center. Yeah, so very nice place. On the slide with elements of the event itself, you've seen also the agenda. So this year, also as a year ago, Ukrainian topic will be very important, and yeah, we will have a lot of interesting topics for not only for startups but for other guests also. And this year we will have a lot of very different workshops, from some kind of soft skill workshops to workshops focused on very particular sectors. So yeah, a lot of things to do during the event. There will be also an expo zone. For the first time in Wrocław, we will have kind of startup zone with a booth dedicated for startups, when you can present your services, your products, your ideas. That can be your let's say more private part of the event. You can have meetings there also. And something what we see that it's very important, we see it in our feedback forms, that informal part. So every time we are organizing networking parties and kind of VIP parties for investors, yeah, it's the chance to continue talks from the day in more informal way. So this is it. You will be able to meet a lot of guests from companies who are our partners. Last year we had a very strong we have a deal with EDB Singapore. I just want to say that Asia is important for us. You will be able to meet a lot of guests from Hong Kong this year, from the LG also, and yeah, as I told you, it's very international event. I will send you that. We will share that materials with you, so you can check the testimonials here and see after videos from last edition and from Vienna. I mentioned Vienna. It was October last year. Yes, and that's all from my side. 10 minutes. Yeah, I hope to see all of you in Wrocław. Thank you.
Thank you, Tomasz. So exciting event we have, right? So we have to prepare. Guys, don't forget to ask questions. You can put your hand, you can write it in chat. We will happy to have, as possible, we can interactive conversation. I will give a word now to, yes.
Sorry, before we move, because I just wrote down a few information already in the chat because I saw one question and we started to reply. So yeah, all the selected participants, so all the 15 startups will receive free tickets to the summit. Plus, we're gonna have our own expo booth, designed for the program. It's not going to be individual, but for the whole project, so you can benefit from the expo zone. So as Tomasz said, very international, great way to raise funding, and also, it can really fast track your internationalization process. I just wanted to add this, but yeah, feel free to ask any questions in the chat already. I saw one, but I hope to see more, and I try to quickly reply.
Thank you, Gergo. So now I want to give a word to our Czech partners, DEX Innovation Center. You guys tell what exciting opportunities you have in Czechia, what can we do together, and please, Adam, welcome.
Thank you, Elena. I hope you can see my presentation.
Yes, it's perfect.
Perfect.
Perfect colors, blue and yellow, as Ukrainians love it. So I will start.
Yes, that was the point. So first, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Adam. I'm from Czech Republic, and I'm working at the DEX Innovation Center for almost half a year. Mostly, I'm focusing on a cooperation with the startups, and I'm working on topics in education sector, mostly, let's say, in cooperation with universities, PhD students, and postdoc students. DEX Innovation Center is a private innovation center that was established in 2012. So last year we celebrated 10 years anniversary, and we are a non-profit social enterprise. Our mission, as we believe, is that impactful digital innovation and research improve society, and thus this is our mission, and that is what we focus on. We have a representative office in Prague, in capital of Czech Republic, and we have a headquarters in Liberec, which is even closer to Wrocław. Good for me. And for this InnoBooster, we are also representing the Slovak market. We learned that digital-based innovation is applicable in many sectors, but the impact on societies is the highest in some particular ones. And that is why we focus on them, meaning health, energy, transportation, and mostly education for us. We are regional-wide innovation center with access to all key innovation hubs in Danube region. And we have our own fabrication laboratory, FabLab. We have there some 3D printers, cutters, lasers, and so on. So we produce some small, let's say, prototypes on our own, and we were running our own acceleration program, which was stopped because of the COVID, but we would like to restart it again. We focus on let's say 4 pillars, which is fundraising, co-creation, building, and education. I would like to explain a bit deeper. So we fundraise for impactful innovation research. As a funding source, we use public and private funds. We co-create innovation, meaning that using different approaches, our aim is to support the delivery of impactful innovation, which fits customer needs. We build startups, product, and ideas, at least we try to do so, and we focus on technological teams or early stage startup mostly. And we educate to empower students with knowledge and skills, and we are part of education-oriented projects. And programs, and we try to inspire young students. This is DEX in the numbers. I'm not going to bore you with the numbers right now. We have, as I mentioned before, 10 years of history. So we have already achieved some good things in a Czech or Central European market. And I hope that we will proceed in the future. Also, we are part of EIT Health and EIT Energy Hub network. And this provides us a lot of opportunities which we are trying to share within our network of startups or stakeholders. And now the important part, what do we do for startups? We are part of European cross-border initiative. So we are putting our effort to create a sustainable startup ecosystem across the region. We focus on soft lending and business development for startups or scale-ups from abroad. We provide services for corporations like scouting, hackathons, boot camps, or other acceleration programs. And we are developing close cooperation with the B2B startups in the region or in the Czech Republic. We provide fully equipped service to the startups. So we try to, as I mentioned before, co-create, help them to fundraise and to scale them up. What we also do is that we are connecting the startups with the business angels and VC funds, because as we have some of the, I think, good leads in our network. So this is what we try to provide as an extra service. We are not investing on our own mostly, but we try to help to startups as it is possible, so as much as possible. For this year, we will be part of some other acceleration programs, let's say. So most of them are under the EIT Health, but we will be also focusing on women entrepreneurship and some V4-oriented programs like this V4 Startup Force, as we are trying to build the bridge in the V4 region, like we will do in V4 InnoBooster, and also the Ukrainian country in advance. With the C Connector, which was one of our programs, we were connecting the startups with investors and public institutions. This is something that is still alive in a sustainable phase, let's say. We are still presenting startups to our investors, and we have already presented more than 180 startups across the pipeline, and we have successfully created Angel Co-Investment Fund. You can see some of the startups. In the upper row, there are the Czech ones, and below you can see some from the Central Europe, because on this program we are cooperating with the Germany, Slovenia, Croatia, Hungary, and so on. One of the good successes or good stories from Czech Republic was investment into the new spaces, which happened a couple of months ago. They successfully received an investment of 200,000 euros from Central Europe C Connector investor. And what is special, they also got this in-kind contribution from a public provider, which means they got access to the offices, mentoring, pipeline, and public money in some of the cases. So that is something what we are trying also to do. We invite some of the investors we have in our pipeline to share their inspiration. So that means that we are not only working with the early stage startup or new startups, we are also working with the future investors, as we believe that this is important. So this is one of the things we are doing. And as I mentioned before, demo days, they are important for the pitching session, startups, so they can get, startups can get a good connection with the investors, present themselves, and matchmaking and networking is always the most important part of those events, as you for sure know. I believe that with partnership that we are presenting in this program, in this initiative, we can really help you with your products, with your companies. And I hope you will apply, or that you already did register to this acceleration program. And I'm really looking forward to seeing your amazing ideas, products, or even teams. You can follow us, of course, and if you want to share any information or ask any question, you can contact me directly, or just follow us, or there is Greg, Elena. Of course, we all are here to help you. So that's it from my side. And thank you for your attention, of course.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you, it was brilliant. Let me show reaction, how it works, like this. You know, thanks. Guys, I will remind you that in our website, InnoBooster.com, you will see contacts of every of our partner. Dex Innovation Center, Startup Campus Hungary, Wolf Summit, us, IC Corporate Accelerator, you have our emails, you have access to us, you can write, you can question, we can connect, speak, and friends. And now I'm happy to give the word to Attila Hadar to speak about Hungary, the most beautiful location ever. Please, Attila, go ahead. We're excited to hear your presentation and to know what Startup Campus Hungary can offer to our startups.
Thank you very much. Can you see my screen all right?
And let's wait 30 seconds, not yet.
Not
you
yet.
should actually put it once again.
Yeah, takes time.
Yeah, it takes time. Not yet, not yet. Oh, it's appeared.
Cool. All right. So just for a quick introduction, yes, so I'm the investment director of Startup Campus. So we work with startups inside and outside of Hungary, of course. So regularly we attend startup competitions. We organize our own, actually, lots and lots of workshops in many different industries. We are also a partner of VIT InnoEnergy and also a partner of VIT Health, just like one of our partners before. We work with startups of very different levels, actually. So we, as an incubator, we help startups starting from the pre-seed or ideal level, even up to scaling, so seed and growth level startups in Europe mostly. So I've been working with Startup Campus and with these international startups for the past 5 to 6 years. And in the meantime, I met very interesting and very different solutions. And what I mean by that is that we have a very wide portfolio of companies. So for example, we have agrotech solutions. We also have some food ordering systems in our portfolio. We also have design companies. We also have refillable desodorant solutions, environmentally friendly solutions. We have logistics, machine vision. We also have sport technology and educational hardware and software systems. We of course have AI-based medical solutions, which is a very, very hot topic right now. And we have robots. So yeah, many different solutions, many different industries, and all these pictures you see are from our supported companies here in this region. But we are actually very active worldwide. So you can see some of our cooperations and some of our partnerships. Actually, we just had one program in the past year with Uzbekistan and one with Azerbaijan in Asia. We had a program with Brazil, and we just signed 2 days ago a new cooperation with an accelerator in Los Angeles. So it's a growing network. It's a rapidly growing network of ours. And what we actually do, besides investing into startups, we have educational programs. We have different corporation programs. So we aim to connect startups to not just to regular customers, but to businesses who are facing some kind of challenge as startups, that the innovation of startups, or even just the thinking of startups can help and can resolve their issues. We also have startups to actually plan their first strategies, their first business plans, financial plans, and we help them getting in touch with potential partners outside of Hungary. So, for example, World Summit is a very good partner of ours, and we also work with Visegrad Fund as well. So we help startups grow beyond their country and get funding from outside of their country, for example, and get venture capital funding, which is a much higher investment that compared to what incubators or startups can provide on their own. So in the past few years, we've been active in 5 different locations with our crew, and we trained over 500 teams. And we actually invested into over 20 startups in the past few years, 1.5 million euros roughly. So it's a very early stage investment, but after that, over 10, so roughly 12 million euros were invested into our portfolio companies. And as a result, we even managed to have some of our first exits. So we managed to sell some of our shares, which is the best result that an investor can aim for, to actually gain profit from their initial investments. We actually managed that 4 times so far. And yeah, we had many different events of our own, and events in cooperation with stakeholders from Hungary and from the V4 countries and from pretty much other countries worldwide as well. So just for example, we have university programs aimed at helping university students either launch their initiatives while they are studying or just after they are finished with their first, second, or third degree. We also, of course, have our own investment program where we just have our own demo days, for example, where founders can pitch their ideas, and we invest or co-invest even into the best solutions. We are in partnership with the largest venture capital investor or most active venture capital investor in Hungary, High Ventures, who also tend to very usually invest into our portfolio companies. And we have some programs just raising awareness of the entrepreneurial lifestyle and the opportunities that founders and entrepreneurs may have in the region. We also have some programs that may be interesting, especially for entrepreneurs in the V4 region, and especially right now in Ukraine. If you are looking for networking or the right partners in Europe or even outside of the V4 region. So we have a program called Discover Europe. We have a Startup Campus Global program, and we have a very active location in Berlin. All of them aim at helping entrepreneurs and startups and innovative SMEs to launch their products in foreign markets or raise new investments or just get in touch with new opportunities, new partners in Europe. Still, as I mentioned, we have some interesting competitions. Actually, last year, World Summit attended and took their part in our Get in the Ring competition in Budapest. It's an effort to just get together different entrepreneurs from the V4 region and just have a pitching competition with all of them. Last year, there were attendees from all V4 countries, actually, and yeah, it's a very nice show, actually. So it's a boxing ring where 2 startups enter and pretty much face off with their pitches. We have a huge range of partners in the region. Actually, university partnerships. We work with research centers, large companies. For example, we had one program where we involved Pfizer. You may have heard about them in the last couple of years. And we work with large companies such as MOL or Deloitte. So yeah, this is a huge network which we are improving continuously, and we are happy to take part in this cooperation here with the EVPO countries and of course Ukraine in this effort to just bring together these 5 countries. So thank you. Here you can see our website address, our Facebook, and my email, so feel free to get in touch with me, and I hope you'll enjoy our program. Thank you.
Thank you, Attila. Wow, it was great. You know, I wish that next year Visegrad program will be like more physical. They will give us more financing, and we will give events in Budapest, Prague, Wrocław, and for the most brave startups and speakers in Kiev.
For sure.
So, guys, I'm thinking that if you really enjoyed what we've tried to put emotions in our soul, I would ask you to switch on your faces for a while, just for 1 second, and we will make a group photo. I mean, really need it for, oh, someone even join us now. It's just for 1 second, make hi and smile and some emotions. I mean, we want really to finish this like in positive way. And afterwards, you can have a moment for Q&A questions. So I'm making some print screens, smile, just 30 seconds. Then you can be angry if you didn't like something. Once again, smile, smile, smile. The best of you. It's our first session. It's just beginning of huge journey. Yes, now it's February, then we have March, then we have, what else we have? April, and in May we have party, like real party. So I'm making all those pictures. I think actually, you know why it takes so long? Because I'm trying to make best picture of me, and you know, sorry, I need to take several. Thank you. So please, now you can ask questions. Go ahead, don't be shy. Share this information with your friends. Maybe I can give more precise. Now it's very open. We delivered, we presented ourselves, who we are, our partnership. Please, whatever you have on mind, don't be shy, really. I mean, there is nothing that can be wrong in this program. This is equity-free program. This is what usually matters for Ukrainian startups. This is totally equity-free. This is free, and even this expensive event in Wrocław, it's also free for Ukrainian startups. But also we want to make real connections with Slovak startups, Czech startups, Hungarian startups. If there is anything else I can add or say, please ask me.
I mean, I think, you know, just worth to mention, it's all about like, you know, the connections. But having said that, we still have a huge kind of knowledge pack, if I can call it, or educational program attached to it. So if you are thinking of your international journey, you know, that's the perfect environment for that, because you could see, you know, we have relevant organizations from all the countries. So you're going to be in good hands when it comes to your individual support as well, beyond the program. But yeah, just please ask anything, you know, because that's the opportunity for you to ask. And don't be shy. If you don't want to speak, just write it in the chat, or you can write to me directly. No one gonna see it. I'm gonna read it. So I know, like, public speaking. Yeah, Dimitro. Yes.
For begin, hello for your so large attention for innovation, and we get chance meeting and working with Elena Malitskaya, and is great, and where she is sign rising, and all teams is best, and so great chance will be for collaborate with you, and my best wishes for. Thank you a lot. Everything for this moment clearly, and we waiting for flow and working. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Please.
Give me a second. Okay, so maybe I have a couple of questions. So do I understand it well that do you have workshops, and if you have also something, such a thing like mentor-mentee thing?
Yes, absolutely. We have 6 workshops in April, 6 of them. Workshops, you have also them on a website. The direct topic for workshops: B2B sales, internationalization, fundraising, how to create great pitch, and two more. I think communication and strategy and something related to marketing. Let me check. So it's clearly indicated on our website. And besides that, we have mentoring sessions. We will see how we will structure them, but each startup probably will get to mentor session with mentors that you will choose, you will like.
Yeah, that was my question. How do you choose, how do you match mentor with startups?
We will see it after selection of the startups, but more likely that startups will choose whom you prefer. We will see how we will make it. I mean, definitely we want it to be beneficial for both sides and for mentor and for startups. So it should be some kind of chemistry between startup and mentor. Usually when I see the whole batch of startups, I already know how better to mix them.
Yeah.
But you will have a right to choose. I mean, this is, we will make a special conversation after we select startups, what you prefer to train.
Perfect. And how, what's the level of visibility in the social media?
Very high.
Very high?
Yeah, I mean, so when it comes to visibility, I would just highlight two things. So one is the social media. So there, you know, we're going to promote the startups. We also try, I mean, actually I need to highlight three things because, you know, when we have the announcement, I really would like to announce a press release or maybe after the program. So it's going to be press release where we name actually the startups and, you know, you will be asked to give some feedback. And also on social media, we try to promote the whole program, including the startups. Of course, we want to see success stories, not just only until the duration, I mean, until the end of the program, but, you know, after in the post-communication phase as well, because we really want to check how big is the impact that we actually created or how could you settle down in a given country. And the last thing is like the WOB Summit itself. So here, you know, we're going to have a dedicated side event there. So it's going to be a panel discussion, plus you can pitch in front of like everybody. And it's live stream. So it's not just the physical, the attendees who are actually there physically, but also it will be streamed to the online space. So it's the visibility is very high.
Is there one of the, another question pop up just now about the pitching, because we are going to pitch, let's say I'm getting in, I think we are going to pitch in Wolf Summit or any other event. Do you have at least one workshop or any kind of like preparation?
Yes, Sana will deliver it.
Okay.
And it's there in the chat. I put down there the topic. So challenge of international market entry. So this is where we can actually talk about like how to internationalize. Probably I will be the one who's delivering this session. And, you know, that's my main field of expertise. So I design and run global innovation programs, actually for startup campus as well, and now for Wolf Summit, and also for another company called iScale Hub. So it's very practical and actually introducing know-how from the field. We're going to have the competitive analysis, which is still, you know, relevant for internationalization because all the whole internationalization process should start with the market research, of which a competition analysis must be a part because you need to know, you know, the competitive landscape. And then we're going to move to B2B sales prospecting. It will be done by a guy called Tamás Szekér. He's delivering these sessions for not only for SMEs, but also for universities. So last week, he was delivering this very session to the University of Oxford. And this is his field expertise, if I can say that, because he's doing that for a living. And then we're going to have marketing communication. So how you know, again, it's related to the internationalization and sales process because you need to know the marketing strategy and everything. And then fundraising, again, on an international market, how to do it, understanding the VC world and so on, and then building a pitch deck and pitching techniques. It's not just about like how to create a pitch deck, but it's also how to pitch. Because, you know, it's you can have a fancy pitch deck, but if you cannot pitch, you know, you're not winning this game. So yeah, it is like, especially, I mean, I think it's very valuable, especially for startups with really science heavy solutions, because I see like mostly the university I mean, the university spin-outs and the researchers cannot really communicate their ideas on the right level. So actually, it is structured in a way that is also supporting that.
Okay, but with this last topic, building a pitch deck and pitching techniques, it's a workshop, right? But is there anything like we can practice in front of, yes, I don't know, others? Because I'm doing that with my family, but my family get already so good. They understand the startup so well that they are, it's not my audience anymore. Hence my question.
We have an internal demo day live, you know, on the day 0 at Wolf Summit, just okay, right before the event. So it's a kind of peer-to-peer learning process. So actually everyone is pitching and the startups can give feedback to each other, and it's a kind of peer-to-peer, and the mentors and DV will also give you feedback as well. So
okay. And the question, do you have kind of like a Slack, or how do you communicate later on?
We hate each other, we just switch off and that's it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I mean, you know, before the selection, we really want to reach out to the promising startups, and then we're going to decide either going to be WhatsApp or Slack, potentially Slack, but I need to double check, because if like half of the participants do not use Slack, it's going to be on WhatsApp, or
that's
maybe.
True. So. Okay, and last question, I promise. You said about Japan, that you have connection there, and it's like perfect for us because we are doing earthquakes prediction, and Japan is Japan, so it's like yes. Yes, but still we are also harshly going right now for USA. Any network of yours that is reaching USA as well?
I think all of us has network in USA because we have mentors and speakers. But this particular program designed for Visegrad region, I want to emphasize it because we really want to connect within the region. But if you will work with any of us, all of us have mentors there. And speaking about earthquake, you can also look at Turkey. I mean,
yeah. Not only Turkey, you might not know, but Poland, we are from Poland. Poland had 2 earthquakes last year as well, and 10 people died. It was not big, but because it hit in the place where the mining is, it happened. Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. So it's also valid for those regions, just so we will be clear. Okay, thank you. Thank you, guys.
Welcome. Looking forward to meet you. Any more questions? I think it was a perfect kickoff, very emotional. I think we will have opportunity to meet each other more, at least. If you startups will be so passive, then we will build relationship within ourselves. But I believe we will make really great atmosphere, really great ambience for everyone. So please share, join, and we will see each other more. So next Thursday, the very same time at 11 Central Eastern European time, we have session on Ukraine and how you can use the situation, what you can do in Ukraine now, how you can access the market, how you can engage it. It's 5 speakers from Ukraine. One of them is Dmytro Kuzmenko. You've seen him today, and 4 more will come. Next Thursday, after 1 week, the 2nd of March, we will have a great session on Central Eastern European markets, on Hungarian ecosystem, overview of Czech Republic ecosystem, overview of Poland. So this is particularly interested if you are from another country. Just listen what another like neighboring market can offer you. So please attend. And the very exciting session that we will have at Alpha Wolf in Wolf Summit is actually about scaling, how to grow from startup to actually scale up, and not even scale up, but the corporations that in United Kingdom, it's considered to be the most expensive startup. So it's worth, according to the last deal, it's $33 billion estimation valuation. And I mean, it's impressive results. There is something to hear from these people, right? And learn and get some wisdom. I was happy to see you all. I was happy to see new people. Please connect. Sharon, Yerga, I'm giving you word for the final conclusion, and let's go back to our work.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. And yeah, see each other soon. The good one.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Hey guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
See you next week.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you
Looking
very
forward
much.
to
Thank
see
you.
you all.
Thank you.
Who else? Hello, hello. Stop.